The Big Review. Mass Effect 3.
Hey guys, welcome to my review for Mass Effect 3. I've only just tried it and just finished it off, and it's an amazing game. The graphics are absolutely fantastic, the story's amazing, it's really quite emotional actually. Some of the characters in there are really easy to connect with. The enemies are brilliant, the weapons are brilliant, and the maps are just out of this world. It doesn't lag at all, which is amazing for the amount of models that are on here. It's incredible, but it's a bloody good game. In terms of the story though, basically the Reapers have just attacked Earth and Shepard has been given the task of trying to save the Earth, but it's looking pretty grim. Earth is heavily outnumbered and, you know, they're going to need a hell of a lot of force to stop the Reapers, and that's basically where the excitement comes in. In terms of gameplay, there are a hell of a lot of exciting battles, including great powers that you've been given. You can slow enemies down, you can use anti-gravity forces, all sorts on enemies. There's loads more weapons than there have been on previous Mass Effect games, which make it obviously a lot more exciting. Obviously you work in a team for the most part of it. At the start you're with Anderson, and then you move on to be with your team, so you're not alone for the most part of the game, but it still leaves you with quite a bit of responsibility. Apart from the fights and the enemies and that, there are all sort of puzzles to find out. You need to find ways out of places and find ways into places. Obviously that keeps it really exciting and excellent to play. In addition to that, there are loads of maps. For example, the ones in the city, you go to Mars and you go to loads of other planets. That's just to name a few of the different places you go to. All of them are immaculately detailed. Everything is realistic. Even for a sci-fi game, you can still believe it. It's still very believable. Despite the crazy plot and despite the crazy characters, it all comes to life just with the amazing graphics and feel of this game. In addition to all of this, the characters are immaculate as well. Whether it's random extras, enemies, or main characters, all of them look absolutely perfect. The detail is really there. Even in the cinematics you can really get up close and you can see just how detailed the figures are. That's important, obviously, for games, because you can have a really realistic map, but if your players don't look realistic, it sort of goes to pot. So you can tell that the producers have really worked hard to make it look realistic, and in my opinion they've done a really damn good job, and I would definitely say it's one of the best games going out there at the moment.
Come on, let's get to that gunship.
And now it's time to actually review it. As you can see, a lot of the points on here are really high. As I mentioned before, the graphics, 10 out of 10, they are absolutely perfect. There's no way to fault them. Again, 10 out of 10 for gameplay. The game doesn't lag, it doesn't jutter, it doesn't take ages to load. In fact, it loads really, really quickly. Story, 9 out of 10. You know, it really is exciting. It's an amazing story. Some of the characters do get a little bit repetitive after a while, but that's not much to really go on. So again, the story is pretty much perfect. Excitement, 10 out of 10. You can never predict what's going to happen around the corner. It keeps you on your toes. Everything's different. You're never in two situations that are similar. It's brilliant. Violence, 8 out of 10. There's not that much blood and gore. Obviously, that's not what makes a game, so it's not that important. But you know, some people do like violence, and it's quite nice sometimes just to see your enemy's blood just spill out. Obviously, there is a bit of that, but you know, 8 out of 10 worth. So, taking all that into account, our big rating is 9.4 out of 10, and so far that's the highest rating we've ever given by a long way, and obviously it's only 0.6 away from getting a completely 100% perfect score. So for me, that's definitely a brilliant game, one of the best I've ever played, and I think the guys who made this should be really proud of themselves, and also keep making them, because games like this are what makes them money, and it's what makes gamers happy. Okay, well that's the end of today's review, so all I can say is thank you very much for watching if you did, and if not, you probably won't hear this. If you could let me know on how to improve, that would be appreciated, because obviously I realise I'm not great at this whole review thing. Hopefully I'm going to improve. I can't see any of it yet, but you know, hopefully it will happen. I really enjoy games and I really enjoy video editing, so putting games and videos together is a great thing for me, so I really enjoy it. If you've got any games you think I should review, just let me know and I'll do them as soon as possible. I've got loads lined up, so it's going to be no shortage. Hopefully I'll see you again soon. Tell your friends, comment, like, subscribe, and thanks very much for watching. I'll see you next time. My name's Sam, and this is
The Big Review.